I'm going to share with you 10 hacks that will make you more focused. Live by the mantra, 2 is 1, 1 is none.
You tell yourself you're preparing to study, but an hour later, you've watched 5 productivity videos, reorganized your desk twice, and still haven't started your assignment. But that's the problem. Productivity content may actually be making procrastination worse. But how? Productivity content often functions as a form of escapism rather than actual motivation. Researchers found that social media platforms are designed to maximize engagement and encourage addictive behavior. They also found a positive relationship between social media usage and procrastination. So, students who search for productivity tips slowly train their algorithm to recommend more productivity-related content. However, not all of this content is actually designed to help students work. A lot of it is designed to be aesthetic, motivational, or emotionally satisfying instead. As a result, students can become trapped in preparation mode where watching productivity starts feeling productive enough to replace actually doing the work. Productivity content can replace meaningful work with the illusion of progress. Researchers describe this as fake work, where students spend time on low-priority tasks that look productive without contributing meaningful progress. Students become busy organizing, preparing, and optimizing everything around the work, while avoiding the difficult work itself. For example, a student can spend 4 hours color coding all of their notes and spend 0 hours actually studying, and this is ineffective. Productivity content can negatively affect how students see themselves. Researchers found that exposure to idealized productivity content increased negative emotions. Other researchers also connected procrastination with lower life satisfaction. Instead of feeling motivated, students begin comparing themselves to unrealistic standards online and start feeling inadequate when their real lives do not match those perfect routines. Over time, assignments begin feeling less like opportunities to improve and more like reminders of personal failure, making students more likely to avoid the work altogether. Along with that, productivity content can normalize perfectionism and unrealistic expectations. Researchers found that perfectionistic students experience more academic burnout than students who simply aim for excellence. When students constantly consume perfect online routines, normal mistakes and imperfect progress begin feeling like failure. As a result, students may delay starting assignments because they feel pressure to perform perfectly, turning procrastination into a response to fear and pressure rather than laziness. These expectations can also contribute to unhealthy relationships with rest and recovery. Researchers found links between digital addiction, procrastination, poor sleep quality, and lower life satisfaction. Students begin feeling guilty whenever they're not being productive, even though rest is necessary for sustainable learning and mental health. And over time, this constant pressure mentally exhausts students, making even small tasks feel overwhelming and increasing the tendency to procrastinate in order to temporarily escape that stress. These habits can negatively affect students' long-term academic growth and overall well-being. Researchers found that procrastination was negatively associated with life satisfaction, and over time, students become trapped in cycles of pressure, avoidance, exhaustion, and dissatisfaction, instead of building sustainable habits and meaningful skills. As these behaviors repeat, procrastination becomes normalized within students' daily routines, making it increasingly difficult to develop confidence, discipline, and long-term motivation. Now, obviously, productivity content is not inherently bad. Some students benefit from study tips, routines, and motivation online, but productivity content should support action, not replace it. At some point, students have to begin the work whether they feel